Nice. Nice. Guess what?
Alright, hello everyone, welcome back.
Hello,
Time for Sonic.
Yeah, it's time for Sonic the Hedgehog. We're gonna sonk that
Hedge
Hedge.
sonk.
You have no idea.
Also,
Hedge sonk?
there was a brief technical difficulty before I started the stream because I realized that I had deleted the background that I used last time. So then I went and dug through the recycle bin and found it. So
I'm shaking. Why did you delete it?
because I deleted everything off the desktop, like all the extra images and stuff I had, and forgot that that was one of them. And I was like, oh crap, I shouldn't have deleted that.
Oh, honey, you're a silly. I'm gonna give
Anyway,
you
opening the game.
Although that's probably just me petting the entire audience as well, so you're welcome, audience. I mean, that stuff doesn't come cheap. Usually people have to Venmo me $50 before they get pets on
Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic. Alright, so we're here. Game's a little on the loud side, so let's adjust that. No, stop it. Volume mixer.
Oh yeah, we're in fucking Starlight Zone. This one's a good one.
Like the music. Okay, volume's good. Let's go. Instantly lose rings.
Uh-oh. Let's just have these sometimes.
Uh-oh, stinky. Uh-oh, poop. I missed that extra life that I could have used. Woo!
Honey, I'm like way quieter in the game, by the way.
How?
Because I'm listening to the stream, that's how it is.
Oh, because I lowered OBS. Because I'm a dingus.
Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba.
I was wondering why the volume wasn't changing on my end of the game.
Honey, you're silly.
Yeah, I'm a little dingus.
Okay, well hopefully it's fucking working now. I pray. I fucking pray.
Ooh, what?
Like the voice thing. Oh, the balance is right. Oh, it sounds nice.
That
sounds
too?
Nice. I was saying it to you so that I could then hear it.
I was like, wait, are you reading somebody in the chat who I can't see?
Nah. Wait, 1 second. Is there anything in chat? It doesn't look it. Yeah.
Okay.
Although, oh my god, we have like basically 100% viewer retention according to the stats. That's kind of wild since this is the last. Oh yeah, I'm doing save states now.
Can't. The game is so loud. There we go. Everything is fine now, says Sheehan. I like how some of the robots in this are just little bombs. No face or anything. Just a bomb.
Yeah. The animal inside them is just fucking doomed.
The animal. There's two animals inside you. One of them is a bomb, and the other one is Cookie.
Fucking doomed.
Oh. Yeah, that's more. That's funnier.
Is OBS alright?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. Just checking. Stream looked weird on my end, but it might be my PC.
What was I going to say?
What were you going to say? You okay? You get Spinfist? You get Scringist?
Very much so, yes.
I think something's up with the stream.
It looks fine to me. I'm not detecting any issues.
Doesn't get those parts where it goes slow motion then catches up?
No, not on my end.
Okay, I guess it's just me then.
I mean, the game gets Springist if I run the video preview, but...
Wait, can you turn the video preview off?
I usually have it off.
Oh, how'd you
I
turn
just
off
turned it on.
OBS?
No, not on OBS. I mean, from Twitch.
Oh.
Yeah, on Twitch
Okay,
it's running fine, too. No issues.
Okay, I guess it's just my computer for some reason.
Oh, now I remember what I was gonna say. It's those spike things. I can never figure out how to beat them. They just always scrimbus me.
You don't. You just leave them alone.
Oh. I just remember somebody, I don't remember who it was, I remember somebody making fun of me for not knowing how to beat those or something.
Depends which game though, because in Sonic 3 beating them's relatively easy.
Must have been Sonic 3.
So I must have made a lot of fun of you there.
I don't think it was you. Well, because I didn't know you yet when I played Sonic 3.
Oh, I want to be the one who makes fun of you about Orbinauts though.
Well, I mean, we're gonna play Sonic 3 on this stream eventually.
And then you'll let me be the one who made fun of you for to be Orbinauts.
Wait, can I send you $50 so that you can rewrite my history?
Yes. No, can I send you $50 so that you can rewrite your history?
Oh, okay. I was like, send me $50 so that I can be the one. It's like, wait. But
no,
I don't
for
want
once,
this.
You're the one sending me $50.
Wait, that's the same thing, Gilbert. You said for once you're the one sending me $50.
No, but... Oh, wait, yeah, sorry, no, I mean, for once, I'm the one sending you $50.
Okay. No, I wanted to... Yeah, oh, you can... Oh, I still... That was terrible.
Oh, rest in peace.
I could come back, but then I still missed it. Whoa. What? What have I done?
What have you done, honey?
Okay, I got out of it, but...
Oh, you're just doing a zip. You're just doing
that
a
was
zip
very interesting.
You're very interesting. Anyway,
this game seems a little bit glitchier than the games that came directly after it. Just a little bit.
Do you know how to beat Orbinauts in Sonic 3?
What are Orbinauts?
The enemies we were talking about, honey.
The spiky guys?
The ball with the things hovering around them, yes.
Oh, and also we're back to having Parallax in the background.
Oh, nice. But seriously, do you want how to be him in Sonic 3 and Knuckles?
You poop on him?
No. You use the Insta-Shield, which gives you iframes that allows you to attack through defenses.
Oh yeah, isn't that thing that I never understood?
Yeah, it's the thing you never understood and said was completely useless, where it's like actually kind of breaks certain bosses and is like ridiculously powerful and useful.
I didn't even know how to use it.
You press the jump button in midair.
See, I was probably kept trying to use it as like a double jump, and it wasn't working like that, and I didn't understand.
I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes it's adorable how, like, I don't know. Sometimes, what was it? There was like some other example of you just not knowing a mechanic from a game.
Super Smash Bros.
Wait, which one? What was in Super Smash Bros. Again?
The counter moves.
You just saw the counters for a pose. You thought the character just posed for no reason.
Yeah, I thought they just ran out of moves for him. Or just not all the characters had as many moves as each other, something like that.
Wait, I fucking love you. I fucking love how much of just an innocent little dork you are that you're like, yeah, I guess they just ran out of moves for this character and just give them a fun little pose. Oh,
it's like, I had like a cursory understanding of it because I understood, like, because people talked about how Peach uses Toad as like a shield. And like, so I knew Toad was some kind of shield. I don't think I ever figured out how to use him.
You didn't think to use it when you're being attacked?
Like, because I realized, I was like, well wait, don't you also just have a block? Like, what's the difference? Like, I didn't understand. I was missing information.
I love you. You're a very straight and narrow by the books type of person.
Oh.
And that's cute sometimes.
Hello.
Hello.
Baby bear.
Babby Bear 01.
Babby.
BBB 01. That'd be their near Sona.
Oh,
what would my near Sona be called?
It would be called BisTheFairy.
Is that just because of Shed 17?
I don't know what Shed 17 is, so no.
Oh, you forgot Shed 17. I get the joy of explaining it all to you again.
Oh, it's the Thomas thing.
Oh yeah, it's the Thomas thing, honey. It's the Thomas thing. Don't Google it. It's the Thomas thing.
If you tell people don't Google it, they're gonna Google it, Bis.
Okay, I'll tell. Okay, Google it then.
To see if I care.
Yeah, see if I can.
You start having nightmares every night. It's not my fault. You start having train-related nightmares.
Shad's like, hi! Now I remember Shed 17.
Oh no!
I love how everybody in my immediate circle has been forced to know what Shed 17 is.
No, there's a sound that I realized I could make recently. It's just...
Oh, I'm sorry, Elfie. If it's a consolation, not much happened. We just fought a rock golem and then Splash Woman from Mega Man.
Yeah. We chased around a swimming robot.
Who looked like Aquaman.
But was actually Aqua Woman.
Did they have like eyelashes or something? I wasn't paying super big attention.
They had something else.
Lipstick?
No, nothing with the face.
Heels?
No.
I know you mean tits, but I'm gonna go for everything.
Oh, okay.
What do women stereotypically like? Did they
Swimming?
have food?
No, there was no food.
Oh my god, One time, okay, so one time at work, right?
No,
okay,
get the
so
ring! Yes! Yes!
So I have two friends at work,
I got it.
okay, who are friends with each other, right?
Good answer.
Oh god. Oh, that's valid. But yeah, what was I saying? Okay, so I have these two friends at work, right, okay. And this is only tangentially related to what we were talking about very slightly, right? But one of them, and they're friends with each other, and one of them one day just is like, oh my god, have you seen other friends' Grindr profile? And this is like a hetero girl saying this. So you already know this is gonna be bullshit. I'm like, what? And she's like,
I remember
my
you
god,
telling me the story, and you were like, and why are you looking at it?
Yeah, and yeah, basically she was like, yeah, I found his Grindr profile, and in it he says.
But you're not supposed to be there.
Yeah, number one, she's not supposed to be there. Number two, she's like, he says he's looking for a top. Isn't that gross? Could you imagine putting that in your dating profile? I'm like, what the fuck's in your dating profile? And she's like, that I like food and Netflix.
I got an emerald! This level is calm, Baby Bear One says.
Food.
That I like to eat food? What kind of food? Food!
Popular food.
Food that's popular in Miami.
Oh god. Oh yeah, but that's basically the thing, is it just annoyed me so much, because it was like, literally, it was somebody being like, wow, how dare somebody actively look for the things they need in a relationship. They should just do what I...
It's like listing like a good sense of humor.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna be honest, right, it feels...
What does that mean?
It feels like there's a certain group of people. It feels like there's a certain group of people, right, okay, who by and large are cisheads, right, okay, that's number one. And then number two are also boring as well, on top of that. And basically, I just call them the interchangeables, because they don't need to look for anybody when they're dating. They just look for a person, and any old person is enough, because they're all kind of generic and interchangeable as a group. And that's the pizza and Netflix people. Because basically they're just like, yeah, I like people who have normal hobby, and normal media, and normal food.
I like people who are alive.
I like people who require sustenance.
I like people who go to the toilet.
Oh, they really are, Elfie and Shan. They really are. What the fuck did you just fucking say to me later? Now you're just reading Cassie's Tinder bio. I like people who are wasps. Wasps are pretty cool.
I like people who take a poop in the toilet.
Wait. Can I just ask a question? Is WASP an acronym? I kind of just looked at it and was like, yes. They buzz, don't they? They're pretty cool.
I like people who take regular dumps. At least one every day.
Oh, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Oh. So in American context, that's just kind of a word for basic.
Why does this fan blow me the opposite direction of how it's facing?
Yeah, that's
It's a
pretty
little
true.
bit rude.
That's pretty true, Shan. That's how they view things. I love how I was just like, I was literally just like, okay, so here's the thing, okay, is obviously I'm a fairy, elfie fae,
Yeah.
as, you know. I was like, okay, I sometimes like to jokingly refer to myself as a bee, because I buzz excitedly and fly around.
And Cassie calls you a bug.
Okay, well, that's kind of slightly demeaning. But anyway, so I was like, okay, so wasps in this context have to actually be like the insect wasps. Just be actual wasps.
Real wasps are mean, though. They are very angry beings.
I mean, I'm pretty angry.
Well, that was a good job I just did there.
Oh god. I was talking to Cassie yesterday about the fact that I'm just a generally angry person, and the thing we fixate on is the fact that Nintendo ruined the Luigi's Mansion remake.
As you often do.
I fucking hate that remake so
You brought that
much.
up at least 5 times to me. On like 5 separate occasions.
Okay,
And then
so
sometimes
people...
I bring it up.
So for people who aren't in the know, right, okay, I don't like the Luigi's Mansion remake on 3DS, right? Because basically Nintendo... Okay, so basically, right, okay, there's a part of the game, right, where you're basically through the first act of the story. They've just finished giving you the exposition and setting you up and giving you your training, right? So, you've just been given several exposition dumps and a tutorial segment in a row, right? You kind of want to get back into the game. Fucking Nintendo was like,
Yeah, so it's at the part where you first go back to his lab.
Yeah. So Nintendo's like, actually, I think the player needs to wait around for an extra 3 minutes so we can have another scene, which, I kid you not, this other scene is just an advert for Luigi's Mansion 3. It basically is. They're like, oh, wow, we're getting a call through time and space, and it's like Egad from the future. He's like, whoa, I'm from the future. I need you to test a Luigi's Mansion 3 game mechanic, because they write me like Professor Hubert Farnsworth now in the future. I'm gonna just it just ruins everything. Like, okay, so what they do is that when the story is just establishing, they're like, okay, so we're gonna just confirm that Luigi survives this, and it goes on. We're gonna take you out the story, make you think of meta elements. We're gonna immediately add time travel to the universe of Luigi's Mansion. Also, like, here's the fuck, it gets even worse, because Luigi's Mansion 2 and onwards are like comedy games, right? So it's like,
by the way.
So it's like they've just gone to all this effort to establish the scenario of Luigi's Mansion 1, and then suddenly a different Egad who's in a room that's in a different art style calls you up and is written differently, and the entire scene, the game becomes a comedy for like 3 minutes before it returns to just being the game you remember. And it's like such a fucking blatant disrespect for the original. Such a fucking awful Nintendo move. I just can't stand it. It's the worst thing. It's like the most insulting thing Nintendo has ever done in a game. It's just like, hey, do you like the original Luigi's Mansion? Well, we like it as a way to draw up interest for our fucking sequel, you piece of shit. We don't care about this game. We don't understand why people even liked it. Here, just enough of this stuffy fucking story of the first one. Have some comedy. That's what the series is about now. Fucking hate it. Also, good news, everyone! We have sequels. I can't do his voice, but Nintendo 55 said that. I wish I could do it.
I always read that name as Nintos. I guess if they're S's.
For a second, I thought you said.
Whenever people put numbers in their names like that, I always assume that they are, like, placeholders for letters.
That's interesting. Okay, so my browser's kind of bringled.
You used to get Nitro all the time?
Honey, I got... My browser's kind of bringled.
Why? What did you do?
I think I'm running out of just RAM, so I'm gonna have to close some stuff. That's probably why the stream wasn't working right.
That sounds like it.
Yeah. Also, my graphics card sometimes get a bit loud and unhappy. Oh wait. CPU was 80%.
I thought I could hit Eggman with the spikes, but the game isn't that cool.
No, you
Isn't cool
can.
like that.
You can.
Well, I mean, they've gone past him several times now, and they didn't damage him. So.
I swear to God, I thought you could.
I thought
Is that
you
just
could
in
too.
the iOS version? I
The smelly
vividly
mess
remember
version?
doing this. But yeah, the iOS and Android version of this game is the best one, which is really upsetting because it's stuck on iOS and fucking Android.
Most bosses are a little bit slow and boring. I remember that as a complaint I had with this game as well, as the bosses not being very exciting.
I mean, that's my complaint with the entire game, is it's very slow and unexciting. Oh, yeah, at least it's not the GBA, but... Oh my god, Elena, have you ever seen the GBA version of
Yeah,
this
I
game?
know all about that.
Oh my god, okay, you know what my favourite fucking Sonic port for, like, just my favourite bad Sonic port is? Sonic N? It's a version of Sonic Advance for the Nokia N-Gage. And you know how the Nokia N-Gage has, like, a portrait screen?
There we go.
I want you to imagine Sonic Advance, but there's like a third of the screen width. And I think there was a mode you could put it in where it got even more unforgiving
There you go.
as well. For some reason, if you want that.
Nintos is better. Bum, ba, 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 ba. Oh wait, I gotta save.
I'm gonna put the image in your inbox so you can show it on stream later. Did you know? Okay, so have you heard the recent trivia that came out? Well, I guess it's kind of like unconfirmed, but there was somebody online claiming. Okay, so there was somebody online. Let me look for the exact post. Elena, don't spoil the story.
Wait, what? What are we even talking about?
Don't spoil it. When you start hearing it, don't spoil it.
Gets ready to spoil it.
Don't you fucking dare. Okay, so this is on some forum. Somebody's like,
I don't like getting squished.
have I ever told you guys the story behind the N-Gage? I worked as an engineer who was on the team. The whole project was mismanaged to fucking hell, and was basically Nokia going, video games! And
Okay, I
then,
remember what you're talking
but
about
we
here.
make cell phones! And the guys in charge were told to shove a Game Boy in a cell phone. The industrial engineer kept on sending design proposals to upper management over and over, and they kept getting rejected for not having enough buttons. And by the end, it needed like 25 buttons to please
yeah,
them.
I remember where this is going.
So the dude, as a stress relief thing, made a joke throwaway design, and then shortly afterwards changed projects. When he found out management accepted the joke design, he was scarred for life, because he was afraid everyone would realize the finished N-Gage design was actually based on Goatsy.
Oh, God.
It's amazing. I love how interconnected the world is. Like, you know what Goatsy is, and then you know what the N-Gage is, and you just never make the connection. And you're like, wow.
I question if that's real or not, though.
I'm willing to believe it. I mean, look at the fucking thing.
I mean, yeah, like, it's somewhat believable. But at the same time, it's like, did they really?
I wouldn't be so. I mean, like, do we have any reason to doubt it? Like,
Nintendo55 says, "I want to believe."
Oh my fucking god! And this is why people in suits. This is why people in suits.
Elfie says, if anything, it's really uncanny.
But like, this is like the thing that annoys. Oh, you know what's wild?
Because it could have been because it looks enough like it that somebody could have just looked at it and thought, haha, it looks like that, and then made up the story like after the fact.
Yeah, but I don't know, because nobody. I have never seen anybody make the comparison before. It feels like one of those things that's like very.
The noises. I'm making lots of noises on this stream.
Oh, I know it's tiny.
I do
that. It's one of those things that.
That's something I guess. Is that just an effect that platformers have on people? Because like Vinny, he also talks about playing platformers make him make weird noises. Is that just what platformers do to people?
I mean, it makes sense because there's a lot of like, oh, will this go? Oh! In them. There's a lot of like, will this? Won't this? Anyway, what was I saying?
I think this is also just everyone. I don't usually make a lot of loud noises when I play games, but if when I'm streaming, I just let loose, I guess.
Yeah. But what was I saying? Anyway, the point is the N-gauge thing, I think it looks like once you know what it is, you can see it. I don't think somebody would make the observation without being told.
No, Sonic! I can't get through that part.
The trick is to jump before it closes.
The trick is to poop on the floor. And then clean it up.
Nintendo 55 is like, it only really makes sense for a platformer. Like, imagine playing a puzzle game and making those noises. I don't know. If you count Tetris as a puzzle game,
well, I guess I end up doing that during racing games too. Like when I was doing Team Sonic Racing. Well, actually no. Team Sonic Racing was actually pretty easy. It was more Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed. I was like that. That one was hard.
LV30 says, I make those noises with Baba as you.
Oh.
But to be fair, Tetris is like a very specific subgenre of puzzle game.
It's
like
an
a real-time puzzle game.
That's what I talked about. I've talked about it on stream before. Like, is Tetris really a puzzle game? And then I was thinking, well, what else would you call it? I guess it's sort of like a combination. Like, it's an action puzzle game. That's what I thought of. Because there's like action going on. But then also you're like fitting pieces together like a puzzle.
Honey, can I just make an observation here?
What?
Okay, so don't get mad at me when I say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it mostly because I love you. You just got fucking squished.
Oh. Silly.
You just got fucking squished.
Yeah.
You just got fucking squished.
Genre discussions are interesting to me because they're all kind of, in the end, it's all just kind of opinion based. Although some people act as if it's like somehow some sort of fact and get really militant about it. I don't really like when the discussion goes that direction, but
I love how, like, whenever people get militant, it's always because there's an obvious subjective thing, like, Smash Brothers is a brawl game because I like fighting games, but not Smash!
And I don't want, for some reason, something I don't like to be associated with the thing I do like. Even though, what if there's just like a crappy fighting game that's definitely in the genre? Like, like, I guess in that case it wouldn't be popular. The problem is that it's popular and they don't like it.
Oh my god, look at all the squished Elena emotes in chat. This is great. We need to just make like an actual squished Elena emote at some point. Like it's just Elena's whole body just squished into a pancake.
Because you remember I have 2 more emote slots that I can put emotes in. I need ideas. I guess.
What's the opposite of squishing Elena?
Stretching?
Okay, so we have stretch Elena, squish Elena, default Elena. We have Elena in different states of compression.
Oh, just me. There's like Twitch extensions that you can get, or just like chat extensions that come with like emote slots of their own. It's like you don't see them through normal Twitch, but if you're running that extension,
yeah, like Frank,
then you can see So we can also do that sometime. Get some extra emotes that way. Of course, the issue is that we have no ideas for emotes, so we obviously don't need extras at the moment.
I just came up with 2 great ones right there. I still think if you got 3 emote slots...
Well, I feel like it's getting a little samey in that case, like...
That's fair. Okay.
Like I want emotes of different things, you know, like they don't all have to be me.
Okay, so we have 3 emote slots, correct?
Yeah.
1 has aloof sitting Elena, right? The logical end game here is to have excited jumping Cassie
in Sonic games.
and smug laying Biss. I tried. Wait, goatsy is a fucking non-permitted term?
Of course it is, because Twitch knows what that is.
I love how Twitch has officially recognized goatsy.
You probably can't do the 2 like the 1 cup.
Can somebody please write 2 girls 1 cup? I want to see if it gets banned. Oh god, can I make a controversial statement about that fucking video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You think it's
so
fake,
like,
right?
okay, it says no. Okay, it's probably fake. But okay, let's just take the fact that it's fake as like a thing, right? Okay. Okay. It's still fucking disgusting because they fucking shove their mouths open and it looks fucking gross.
Oh.
I fucking can't stand it.
That's
like,
right.
I go, when I saw it, I was just I saw it one time, like after years of hearing about it, and I was just like, just close your fucking mouth. I don't like seeing.
I remember
stuff on
hearing
people's
about it
tongues.
in middle school. I think that's when it was like a popular thing to bring up, as well as
There
like
were a
the
lot of
blue
sites
waffle
like that back in
and
the day.
things like
God,
that.
oh
Kids love to bring up. It was like, don't Google such and such. I remember at the end of high school, the one that I was going around, it was with kids younger than me. I kept hearing them talk about smegma was the popular one towards the end of high school.
That's not a. That's just a material.
They kept going, don't Google that.
It's just a material. It's not like a specific image. That doesn't count.
Well, they were.
That's
I
like,
brought it up because they were acting like it was.
That's fair. I guess that's the same thing as gloving. Don't Google degloving.
Yeah.
What was I about to say? Anyway,
Or
there was
like,
this. Oh my god! I had like a really
what was
awkward social. Okay, you say your thing first because you.
No, I forgot.
Okay, you already forgot. That's right. So there was like I once had a bit of a social faux pas, right? Okay. So I was talking to some friends, and we were having like a nice, friendly conversation and whatnot. And I think everybody in that conversation was at least 1 year older than me, right? Or at least had been on the internet longer. And somebody brings up like jokes about the idea of being of something called tub girl, right? Okay. And somehow the conversation ended up with me being like me being like, oh, tub girls, like people having like nice baths, right? Like a luxurious bath, right? So I ended up like doing like a little emoticon and some sparkle emojis and just doing like a little scene in text of me throwing some confetti and sparkles on the word tub girls. And then everybody was like, "This, you know this, right?" I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "It's somebody projectile diarrheaing in their own mouth." I'm like, "Oh."
How did they get that name out of it?
They were in a bath at the time.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and they were like, "This image is like the worst thing on the internet, right?" They were like, "This is the worst thing ever. This is awful. It's the worst image ever made, right?"
And then your little emote of throwing sparkles on it. It becomes very amusing, actually. That would be. Now that you know what it is, it's really funny for some reason. I'm really laughing at that mental image.
And like, I think it was in the context of like, let's all be tub girls.
That's beautiful, Biss.
I'm gonna be fucking Shan. I'm gonna be honest. Shan. Right? Like, there's kind of no point. Like, you just see it and you're like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know. A lot of these websites, I feel like I feel like shop websites just don't work anymore. At least on me. Like, I just look at them and I go, oh yeah, that's what I expect something to look like. Like, the only thing that gets me at this point is like weirdly bad gore, and that's basically it. Gore is the one thing, the one, like, mystery in my mind. Because, like, I think, we know what 2 Girls 1 Cup is about. We've seen people and we've seen shit.
That doesn't really...
You can imagine what they could look like together. But gore, you never know what a person's inside looks like.
That doesn't really get to me because I study too much medical stuff, so... I've seen it all.
I'm gonna vomit. Don't you're banned from studying medical stuff. Lose all your knowledge now. Only I need you to just purge your brain of any
like
of
that
this.
stuff doesn't affect me enough. Like that's why I was kind of interested in being a doctor because I knew that stuff wasn't going to affect me.
Oh my god, could you imagine? Oh my god, can somebody please make Dr. Laney? Dr. Laney just invites you into your office. And she died. Go on.
As I always mention, just the only reason I didn't is because I really am not thrilled with the idea of doing that much school.
That's fair.
Like I'm interested in that stuff, but I'm not interested enough to like to actually make a career out of it, I guess.
I've got this
Because
like
of all the
mental
stuff you have to
image
go
in my
through.
head. I've got this mental image in my head, Elena, right? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Of you as a doctor, and like one of your characters is like sat in like the chair, and you're like reading the test results, and you're thinking about the symptoms. You're like, yes, I diagnose you with lesbian. That's just Dr. Lady.
Good. I was gonna say Google didn't even exist while I was in middle school, but looked it up and it was founded the year before, so... It wasn't popular when you were in middle school.
I sometimes forget that Shan
Google Earth
is
was
like...
popular when I was in middle school.
I sometimes forget that Shan's a little bit older than me, because Shan has like as a load of youthful energy. So like they kind of come off like I'm gonna be real, right? Okay. Until the point where I see them actually age, I'm convinced they're basically biologically immortal. It's kind of like knowing the Doctor. It's like, wow, you've been alive 900 years, but you're David Tennant. So my brain's just imagining 10 ants in a suit.
David Tennant.
Oh fuck. I'm sorry.
My
Shan.
dad has that where people think he's young for some reason. I think he said that he went to like the doctor or something fairly recently. So he's like, what, 52, 53? I don't know exactly, but he said he went to like the doctor, and the doctor, who didn't seem to be too much older than him, was calling him like son, and like referring to him as if he was like much younger than him. He said that happened a couple times with people.
Why is okay? So here's a question, right? So calling people son is normal, right?
Yeah.
But when I call people my child, suddenly it's creepy.
Yes, my child.
Hey, you know there's like a really good shortcut here, right?
No.
If you can outpace the lift, you can go underneath it.
I can outpace the poop. I can.
That's disgusting.
Skip it. I don't know what lift you're talking about.
The one at the beginning, the one that goes down.
I didn't see one.
You were on it.
I didn't notice.
It was going diagonally down.
I didn't even notice.
What the fuck?
I have no memory of this.
It was like fucking 4 seconds ago, Elena!
Elfie's just saying my name in all caps.
Elena, oh my god. Was that Elena outrunning the poop? You know, I'm gonna be honest, Shan. I don't mind not being told. The mystery allows, and the mystery is almost as fun as the mystery is almost just as fun. Elena, Elena, do you want me, Elena? When we watch the VOD, am I gonna have to show you the lift in the VOD and point it out and
no, I died, so we get to see it.
And then put an arrow
so
on it, and then put it on a YouTube thumbnail, and then put a title like "The Lift the Government Doesn't Want You to Know." That's the you just done it there. You
I found it now.
In.
See,
you're on the lift.
I can't beat it. Oh, there I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Just barely, because I cheated by respawning a bunch of times until I did it. You cheated not only the game, but yourself.
I love you. That's a good question. That's a good question. Oh my god, I want grape juice now. Can somebody force feed me 2 gallons of...
Wait, how much is a gallon somebody else.
Wait, can somebody force feed me a 1/4 liter of grape juice, please? That should be my calorie limit for the day.
A gallon's kind of a lot, Bis.
That's why I went to a 1/4 liter instead.
If you ever seen like a big jug, if you ever seen a big jug of water, that's a gallon.
Well, Elena, you are not doing the metric, the imperial system any favors by saying, yeah, a gallon's a big jug. That's its definition. 4.5 liters. I've drank that much in water before, in like about half an hour.
Hopefully you didn't die when you did that.
Nah, you have to drink way more than that to die.
Hopefully you didn't kill your kidneys.
Oh, honey. Do you think I have kidneys? This is a sponge! This is a sponge.
Sponge Bis SquarePants.
I knew you would say that.
I'm
not square, I'm very round.
You're very browned.
There's
You've been toasted.
Sponge Bis Ferroclats.
Sponge Bis Toast Pants.
Oh my god, could you imagine wearing toast pants and just having the warm melted butter just soak your butt cheeks?
It reminds me now of a book I read, which was The Curse of the Linoleum Lederhosen.
The Curse of the Linoleum Lederhosen?
Yes.
What the fuck are you talking?
Which was the sequel to the book Whales on Stilts.
Oh, I hate these names. Bis living in the Breakfast Kingdom. Oh, yeah, that's pretty much
from Adventure
accurate.
Time.
Oh, I got breakfast mixed up with luncheon, but yeah, breakfast works.
Oh, died. He died. Oops.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'd be allowed in the Breakfast Kingdom. There'd be too much vor going on.
Whole lot of vor going on.
Wait, what the fuck? The wall just glitch bounced you into the spikes.
Yep. There's something I wanted to look up. Oh yeah, I wanted to look up what there was another book in that series. There was actually a lot of books in that series. I was surprised to find out not too long ago.
You just cut out and was replaced with a beep, but now everything's fine.
What?
Huh.
On stream or just on your end?
On my end.
Oh, it was the clue of the Linoleum Lederhosen, not the curse.
Oh my god,
I
there's
liked
a
Curse
dramatic
better.
picture of Jan's cat watching Horace in the server.
Clue of the Linoleum Lederhosen. Here's the Wikipedia article. So I can see the rest. Let me go. Let's put in Wikipedia. M.T. Anderson's Thrilling Tales. That's the series. So the books were Whales on Stilts. I read that one, and then there was The Clue of the Linoleum Lederhosen, which I read, and then there was Jasper Dash and the Flame Pits of Delaware. I read that one. And then there was 3 more after that, which I never knew existed. There was Agent Q, or Smell of Danger, and then there was Zombie Mommy, and then there was He Laughed with His Other Mouths. It's quite the series, isn't it?
When you mentioned the secret of the Linoleum Lederhosen, I just thought I've seen like some screenshots. The clue. I saw some.
Could you imagine wearing pants made of linoleum? By the way,
I don't know what it is, so no. But yeah, I saw
is
this,
like tiles on the floor, like in the bathroom.
Well, I would probably have to fly everywhere.
It'd be like wearing a bathroom floor, basically.
That's honestly terrible. But yeah, okay, so I saw these excerpts from this, like, I think it was like a GameSpot or something, review of a game called, like, George in the Jungle, The Secret of the Jungle. and they're like, this game's the worst thing I've ever played, 10 out of 100, it's awful, it's an absolute putrid, rancid waste of time, and we never learn what the secret is of the jungle even is.
Wait, I got sucked away, I'm gonna die! There's no bubbles here, I'm going to die! I died. I got sucked away from the bubble.
Yeah, you got sucked from the bub. Green rings.
Oh, I made it!
My brain read that as Eminem's Green Rings for a second then.
Rings.
Gotta have rings!
Gotta
oh my
have
god.
My ass.
I'm sorry to give you all homework, but when you get a chance, any of you should look up a ROM hack called Sonic 1 Boomed Edition. It's fantastic.
Oh god.
You just need to look up some footage of it, it's great.
And then make me play it on my stream?
No. Because it'd just be like playing this, except more annoying.
Oh great. Perfect for streaming.
Do you remember what it is, honey?
Yeah. Where it replaces us with boom sound effects.
Yeah, just everything.
Hey, now I'm blocked off. Oh, there we go.
Sonic 1 Boomed Edition. I'll put it in chat.
Boonies edition. Sonic's out in the boonies. Oh wait, I have no rings, I'm going to die. What did I say?
I'll put this in the server as well for people who want it later.
I hope you all really like the stage, because you're getting a lot of it.
I mean, who doesn't love the extra labyrinth zone we got?
Extra labyrinth zone.
Say that ever again and I will never appear on your stream, or accept Venmo donations from you ever again.
I will no longer take money from you.
I'll take my you can take your business elsewhere.
I'll no longer eat your flesh.
Wait, when did I ever eat your flesh?
Nothing.
Wait, what?
I didn't say anything.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay,
But yeah,
that's
that,
horrifying.
But yeah, that's one of the things I hate about Sonic Boom, is that Sonic Boom, like, here's the thing, okay, is that, like, here's hot take, right, okay?
Ouch.
So, in the classic Sonic games, Sonic has a vague characterization, which is quite cute, to be honest. Like, I get there's a cool thing going on, but he's also kind of cute. In Sonic Adventure, they make him cheesy, but kind of endearingly cheesy.
Yeah, look how adorable Sonic is in this.
And then in the modern game, okay, so in the games post-06, well, in the games of the American writers, post-Colors, and in Boom, they just make it really... I believe in you. But yeah, in the proper modern games...
Yeah, well, I only be
writers,
Steve in me.
So basically, in those and Boom, they both try and make them, like, ironic.
Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to fish a sentence.
You're trying to talk about ironic Sonic. It rhymes. It all makes sense.
That's the thing, is I just don't like the fact that they keep trying to make Sonic an ironic character. It's more annoying when he's self-referentially annoying than when it's just accidental.
Sonic ironic. Saronic.
Saronic. Saronic sounds like a tech company.
Oh, that makes sarongs. Ooh, press the button, Sonic! Oh god, press the button! I need bubbles. There's no bubbles here. I'm going to die. No!
Oh, I hear the sound of Elena about to get fucked.
Get up there, Sonic!
Oh,
no, he drowned.
Oh, rest in pieces.
You get game over music for one moment.
Elfie Face says, why didn't Elena go back and grab that one ring from earlier when she ran out? To which I answer, I don't know.
I didn't get the one. The what?
Apparently there was one ring left at some point when you ran out of rings.
Yeah, I was trying to get it.
I love
but it got away from me.
You know the exact ring that Elfie Face is talking about.
I mean, I think I do. Maybe I'm just a stink. Shan gave a message to Bis.
Shan, I love you dearly, but this is the worst message I've ever received on this stream.
But there was a ring I was chasing after.
There wouldn't be much difference, to be honest. Have you ever seen post-adventure Sonic character feet?
There's a bubble.
They just have like...
There's a bubble, there's a bubble. I'm gonna get the bubble. Why does this always happen on... I hate water levels in Sonic, because this always happens.
I mean, not in Hydro City Zone.
Hydro City
Zone. In Hydro City Zone, it's very hard to drown. Like, you're very rarely in the water.
It's very easy to clown, though.
Poor platforming. There's bubbles everywhere. They give you bubble shields.
I mean, there was a ton of...
Ruin Zone doesn't have much drowning.
There was a ton of bubbles in Sonic 4. But we still managed to drown that one time.
I mean, that's because it's both of us together and our incompetence compiles.
Introduced error.
Okay, one second. I'm gonna get a picture of the only example of modern Sonic, or modern/adventure Sonic characters having feet. I'm googling tails in sandals, so this might go wrong.
Spingus.
No, I got it.
Spingus. No, what happened? I'm trying to get the break on it.
I got an image for the end of the stream, Elena, and I'm also gonna put it in chat as well. But I'm giving you the thing so you can show it in the VOD at the end.
Why do I make a
I love how like you're like, yeah, this is my favorite one. It's much easier than the others, and then like, we're here.
Well, I mean, it still is. So that tells you how I am with the other Sonic games.
I don't know. I think that this one's like the hardest.
I do remember it being very difficult, despite me liking it so much.
Like, I think that Sonic 3 and Knuckles is comparatively a cakewalk compared to this. Mostly because, like,
I know, I got more frustrated with that game than I did ever get with this one.
I think that's just because you don't.
I got really frustrated and confused.
I think it's just because you don't.
Like, in this game, at least, I never got lost. With Sonic 2, and especially Sonic 3, I got lost all the time.
Well, that's the thing.
And, like, ran into the time limit.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I think the thing is like.
Oh, and Sonic Mania. That one I also got lost in a lot.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that this game is like kind of a non-Sonic game, and it's got like very basic level design and very basic platforming.
All right,
which is harder for me. Which is harder for me because it's hard basic platforming. But when you don't click with Sonic inherently, it's easier. If that makes sense.
When you don't click. Aw, pooping babies. Okay, I got one ring. One ring to rule the Sonic.
Now?
It's just the phrase is just pooping babies.
Wait, so is it are they babies that are pooping, or are you pooping out babies?
Both.
You're pooping out babies that are then pooping.
Yes. Gosh, dang it! I died there again.
Like, yeah, they are kind of cursed, aren't they?
Did you know
just,
today
like,
I was looking at pictures of babies in the toilet for Cassie?
That's the
and I found
aftermath
some.
of pooping babies. It's just a lot of babies in the toilet.
And I found a baby who was just sitting in the toilet and like looked really proud of himself.
I'm sure you were proud of yourself when you got in the toilet.
Sonic, look out behind you! Oh god, he's got his AirPods in.
Wait. Okay, so Shan, it has to be better with the hands, because their gloves have fingers.
Uh-oh.
So they've got to have fingers too by default.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What if the fingers are just on the gloves?
Anyway, Elena's now banned from my stream. Because I'm gonna be honest, I can't
meat globules.
Elena, have you ever considered just not?
I'm going to drown. I forgot to get bubbles before I went through this section. I'm gonna drown or I'm gonna get spingused.
You did just bypass a set of bubbles for no reason when you could have grabbed them.
Yeah, because I was getting impatient. I wanted to just move on with the stage.
I love how you're just like, yeah, because I was making poor decisions because of my character flaws. Just like honest about it, I like that. Good.
What killed me? Oh, I guess there's a spike there.
Oh, you like Kirby nub hands, Shan says.
Yeah, good job. Press the letter K instead of L. And don't load the stage, because L is load and K is nothing. Wow, I'm just running into everything now. Because I have no patience for any of these hazards anymore.
Honey, you've got to calm down. You've got to clear your... You've got to
clear your butt.
You've got to become one with...
You gotta take a poopin'. Clear your butt out.
Grape zone. Honey, no, please don't do this to me. Don't fucking do this to me. Don't be girls.
Because I play with my butt rather than with my brain, as you know. My butt does all the thinking.
So what you say... When you say play with your butt, I'm just imagining you
stinking.
sat on the controller, flexing your cheeks to, like, move the butt.
You can Photoshop that, as you know, because you have the images needed for this.
I can. I just need to make some extra frames of your cheeks.
I was gonna say, you could even animate it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And that's the reason why you always look back when you're sitting, is that you're used to having to, like, sit on the controller and look back at the screen.
What admirable cheek control, Shan says. We both started reading it.
Oh my god, now I want to see you play Donkey Konga with your
They stretch out and like...
I'm dummy thick and the clap of my ass cheeks is alerting the microphone in the DK bongos. Do you remember that they had like a microphone just for claps?
Yep.
If you turn your TV up too loud, it would just mean that Donkey Kong would constantly clap.
Apparently it's easier, rather than to clap, to just like have like wear a ring and just like smack the side of it, so it like makes a clacking sound against it. So you don't have to move your hands as far away.
That's an incredibly lazy thing to do and ruins the entire point of the game, though.
However, that's the speedrun way to play it, I guess.
Shan says playing Donkey Kong with you, but okay.
Oh god.
I have one step.
No, I'm gonna die here again. Gosh dang it! It's so hard to get in there.
Elena, you should play the one game where Waluigi's ever had a big role with your.
No,
bug.
there was no bubble there. I got to the bubbles, but there's no bubble. Yeah, I know it's happening again, Elfie. I don't. I'm trying. So we're probably not going to finish the game on this stream because we're going to move on to the third game here in just a little bit.
Do you remember by chance what the only game where Waluigi's has a big role is?
Isn't it Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix?
Mario Mix,
where he's the final boss.
So you need to scoot across the dance mat on your ass to activate all the moves.
There we go.
You're on the final level, go the distance.
This is the final level? I thought the final level was, like, Industrial Machine Zone. I didn't remember.
Well, you were in an Industrial Machine Zone, and you were about to face Eggman, but he opened his sewer pipe and you fell in.
Sorry, that wasn't at you. I don't remember that part of the game.
Yeah,
I remember this. I remember that part. I remember the machine area being last.
Well, this is part of the machine area. This is basically Scrap Brain Zone Act 3.
Oh. Oh, we were on Scrap Brain Zone?
Yeah, we were on Scrap Brain Zone, the last level of Sonic 1.
Oh.
I hate this game and I know that.
I didn't see that. I didn't know we were there yet.
They give you a big sign when you enter an area with the name of the area.
I thought we still weren't quite at the last stage. I thought there was going to be one more stage left. One more zone.
No, this is it.
They end with a water level? I don't remember that whatsoever.
Because it's thematic, because you're just about to fight Eggman, you're at the end of the last zone, and he drops you into here, and you have like a little bit of a desperate struggle to get back up to fight him. It's like a cool thematic thing.
Why did my brain completely remove this level from my memory? Like, I remembered everything else. I don't have any memory of this stage.
Probably because your mind just went, oh yeah, it's just like Labyrinth Zone, just call it Labyrinth Zone. Which you've already beaten.
Like, everything else has been familiar to me, this is not at all. Did I go... I remember the part where Eggman drops you in the thing, but I remember you then chase him. I don't remember going through the water. You, like, chase him and catch up with him. Like, on foot. Like, going to the right. Did I come from another dimension where this level didn't exist?
Oh, okay, honey. Okay, so there's two versions to this. Even number one, you were wrong, or there's parallel universes. You can pick whichever one makes you feel better. Have we proved the existence
of parallel universes by me not remembering this level?
You know, can I just say something? Oh, fuck, there's like... Every single time somebody has to describe timelines in a fictional context, they're like, well, you heard of the many worlds interpretation? Basically, scientists say if you eat Cheerios, you make a universe. I'm sick of it. That's not it. What they say is that on a subatomic level, a load of shit's happening, and there's no conclusive answer, and multiple universes are spawned where things happen subtly different on a micro level, and that might have affected things outwards, but it's like, your choice as a person does not create a universe, because the universe is not anthrocentric. The universe is not driven by the decision.
In a way, I was thinking about that after you posted that. I was like, well, there's a whole thing where, like, wherever you, like... It was just reminding me of the universal expansion thing, where wherever you pick the center... Like any point you can pick will look like the center, based, like, relative to it, of where the expansion is happening from. So I was like, well, maybe it's a similar concept there, where just, like, whatever point you pick, it'll seem like all of, like, the choices and everything are revolving around that specific thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that basically the idea is that, like, everything, like, the idea is that, like, things that would split the timeline are happening constantly everywhere. And it's just they're choosing to focus on Serial as an example. But when they do that, they make it sound too, like, narrative.
They make it think like it's only your choices.
Yeah, they make
your choices are just part of it.
Yeah. It's like...
They are an example.
Like, yeah.
But then again, I was thinking about, like... That got me thinking into determinism, and, like, whether things are deterministic or not. And I was thinking, like, well... Like... It feels like at that point, like, if you could, like... If there was, like, many choices that you could make at any point, but you pick one, it feels like... I don't remember the exact thinking I was going through, but it feels like everything is deterministic or none of it is. And I was thinking, well, if nothing is deterministic, then everything would just, like, be chaotic. And then I was thinking, or, like, there would be no flow of time. But then I was thinking, like, well, maybe the flow of time is just, like... Maybe what they're saying is that it's sort of like a slice of, like, all of the things. Like, one particular, like, bit of it.
Yeah. One particular set of causality.
Yeah. So, like, nothing is deterministic, but... It would only be because, like, all of the different lines of chaos just sort of line up with each other into timelines. Like, line up into specific timelines. But, like, actually, as a whole, it's all just chaos, basically.
That's a shockingly interesting observation.
I see. Well, I'm glad I had one, because you usually have some sort of issue with my scientific observation things I like to say or talk about.
because you just parrot you say pop science stuff, and I don't like pop science. So much nonsense. Like there was that time that you were like, what?
By the way.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the famous example. That one time where you said,
okay, here's what I remember.
Okay, I'll just let you do it.
I remember this. Oops. Anyway, continue.
Anyway, I was saying, it's like the time you said, oh, well, in a black hole, every direction is down. That annoys me because, like, it's not true. It's not, like, basically, it's like, if every direction was down in a black hole, you'd be pulled in every direction. Because every direction would be the direction of gravity. What they just mean is that there's no direction you can accelerate where you'd leave.
Yeah.
But that's not because space, that's not because of the walking
make
of
yourself
space.
Go any direction other than down.
Yeah, and that's just because the black hole's more powerful. If you could hypothetically move faster than the speed of light, you could escape. It's just that you can't.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that annoys me, is that you say stuff that's, like, technically true, but not really true. Or not, you know, you say stuff that's, like... It's very, like, you say stuff that, like, is a construct to explain
yes, I know
something,
by Alfie, I know by surfacing I'm fixing my... I'm getting air back. I'm aware of this.
Isn't it wild how we basically just did the same thing?
Chances, yo, what about white holes?
Oh, not fucking white holes!
Are you bringing that up because you know what Bis thinks of those, or did you, or is that a coincidence?
White holes are the worst thing ever, because literally the reason... Okay, so, like, here's the thing, okay? Is I'm sure that
they
maybe
exist because of extending the math of black holes, as
yeah,
opposed
that's the thing, is the thing, okay, is if you like the math, that's interesting, but, like, when when you're not interested in math, basically what they're saying is, well, we basically took a diagram of a thing that sucks, and we turned it upside down, and now it blows.
Yeah, basically.
We took something which was black and inverted it, and now it's white.
Yeah, there's a mathematical representation of black holes that extends, like, it's a two-dimensional graph, and so it extends, like, outwards in another direction.
It's not a two-dimensional graph.
But the only part of the graph that makes sense is the black hole part of it, basically. If you read the other half of it, you get white holes, which don't make any sense in physical space.
That's the thing. They say a two-dimensional graph. What they mean is they drew a fucking. It's
basically the negative side of the graph.
This thing, there's no graph. Graph is wrong. They have a drawing of a cone that points down, and they turned it around, now it points up. Like, saying it's a graph adds all this weight and gravitas, and that's why stuff like this gets parroted by people who don't understand the original context. Because a graph sounds like it has authority.
Something interesting. She says, I remember having a dream where the final zone had tails in the other chamber, and if you hit him too much, you lost.
Oh no. Elena...
We should make a ROM hack of that.
Well, do you know how to do fucking assembly?
I can learn.
You can learn all of assembly.
I think I've learned recently that I'm pretty good at learning new programming things pretty quickly.
Okay, do me a favor then and learn assembly, and then we'll do a ROM hack. He was also strapped in unwillingly.
At least, well, I'm at least good at figuring out new game maker things quickly at this point.
But yeah, basically,
unwillingly.
But basically, yeah, that's the thing that annoys about white holes is that like, it's like the thing is that the big words make it sound more important than it is. And don't get me wrong, I understand the value from a math point of view, but really when you get down to it, it's like, well, we just made it opposite, and that's something else. You know? And it's like, that thing doesn't necessarily mean anything. Like, I could take a picture of a lion, turn it upside down, and say, this is my new animal. It's the unlion. It walks on its back. But then you'd go, wait, things don't walk on their backs, and I'd be like, yes, and matter doesn't fucking disperse. Gravity pulls things together, not pushes it away. Yeah, whatever. I get really fucking flustered over fucking pop science.
Let's see, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so in the timelines thing, I was there's something I was thinking of where it was sort of like there's like all of these different like. Wait, Sonic, why did you start moving? I wasn't pressing any buttons. Is my controller going wonky? But anyway, I was gonna say it's sort of like there's all of these things that can happen, right? And if we assume that like all of them are happening on some level, then like at some point they all like there's a way where they all just would have like some of them would just have to be in a line, you know, just by nature of like just having a random collection of things. Like some of them all have to line up, right?
Yeah.
So like that's kind of what like that's just how numbers and everything is. They just like, you know, if you have just like imagine you're looking at like a picture of just random white noise, like you can pick a line of pixels in that, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking.
That makes sense.
So everything they all are there and they're all like next to each other, I guess, in a way. Like I'm using words that are just like approximations, you know, like obviously it's more complicated than that. But it's sort of like the general idea I'm thinking of. That's how it makes sense in my head, I guess. I don't know if that's like I don't know if that's the scientific way it works, but it's sort of that's how I'm sort of processing the idea of it.
As a fan of Sonic 1, were you happy when this boss came back in Mania?
I don't remember it in Mania.
You have a very bad memory for things that happen in games. I think you're really good at remembering random conversations. And you're very bad at remembering what you're going to say 5 seconds ago.
Yeah. It's weird because I have a photographic memory, so you'd think that I'd be really good at remembering things in video games because it's all just visual.
You know,
like you'd think this would be the best thing that that I can remember.
You know, sorry, I just need to point out. I think maybe it has something to do with more of like what you bother to register the first time, because you are sometimes like.
I remember this boss. I remember this being the final boss of Sonic. I remember this very clearly.
I just think sometimes you're not attuned to remembering things, so you don't.
Hey, I did it. And he like disappears because of the sprite order error thing. Ah, I got him. He didn't get away. Or was I even controlling that? Maybe I wasn't even controlling that. Oh, okay. Hey, so we did beat it.
The edge and died there,
we beat it a little bit earlier, like with a little bit of time to spare.
Hell yeah!
From what I had originally intended for this.
I have like either 40 minutes or an hour and a half before I have to BRB for a bit.
Okay.
Look at all those penguins in the middle of this lush tropical environment. They're gonna rock tropical penguins. I'm just being sassy.
I guess maybe, or with the timelines thing, I was thinking maybe it's less that like certain choices are like it's less that you're like sort of meandering through different timelines, but it's more that like things are just sort of overlapping into this one in a way, you know, like you're just going in a straight line through something that's like more than a straight line, you know, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah, from what I understand, the inside of a black hole is just an incredibly dense lump of shit.
Basically. It's just... yeah. Like, I brought the... it's just something that's really, really dense. Like, way denser than it should be for the size that it is.
In fact, you know, don't they have like a thing like they have like wasn't there a thing like they talk about the size of a black hole not being the size of the event horizon, but the size of the clump in the middle?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, okay, yeah, it's probably not realistically a hole. It's more of a... it's a suck zone. It's a suck zone.
Black hole just sounds more dramatic.
Yeah, oh yeah, with Hawking radiation. Hey, Elaine, oh my god, I had a dream once. I had this really wild dream once. That a black hole had opened up in the field behind my, like, Nana's house, right? It was wild because, like, it wasn't an immediate threat, it just kept sucking air in, and everybody was like, oh fuck, if it keeps doing that, there'll be no air left.
Like, I think the Earth would be a black hole if you squished it down to, like, the radius of a golf ball or something like that.
Black.
Also, I remember it's always funny when there's things that are like way denser than, like, things that are said to be like way more dense than they would possibly be, because like at that point they would become a black hole. Like there was that image Shiny showed me of just the single a chicken McNugget in a bag being sold as a, like, it was just a joke image of that. And like the pricing on it for like per ounce made it come out to, I think, like 40 pounds or something like that. And I was saying, if you had a chicken nugget that was that heavy, you would be like approaching black hole levels of density in that amount of space. Like, it would be like neutron star density.
Hey Elena, can I ask you a question?
What?
How would you feel if I put a neutron star inside a glass ball and gave it to you?
Basically you'd be very surprised at like how quickly things get like so dense that they like gain their own gravitational pull and things like that. Because like you think 40 pounds isn't that much, and that a chicken nugget isn't that small, but there you go.
Hey Elena.
Yes?
How would you feel if I came to your house wearing beads made of strangelets? Would that upset you? Would that upset you?
This thing again, but yeah, I was gonna say, but then like you do, like we were doing the math on, what was it, that one Pokemon where it's like, its weight and its size were like incongruent. To the point where it was like denser than a neutron star or whatever, because like, or it was like denser than the densest element. I don't remember. Well, you didn't tell me because it was a spoiler at the time.
Oh
fuck!
Oh, now I have to look at every Pokemon from Sword and Shield and see which ones are heavy.
But yeah, it's sort of like, but when you do the math on it, you do the density versus the density of water, and you realize that it's like hundreds or thousands of times more dense, and it's always like, oh no.
1 second, I'm gonna just see if it's the one I'm thinking of, because there's only one I could think of which they'd be likely to make destructively heavy by accident. There's a question mark, okay. Was it by any chance the Pokemon which weighs 950 kilograms and is 20 meters tall?
Huh? No, it was very short. It was very small. It was like 8 inches.
8 inches? Oh, fuck. Let's look.
It was like 8 inches and weighed like 100 pounds or something like that.
Oh, okay. So let's have a look. It'll be in Gen...
And we determined it was like several times... Or I think it was like 100 times more dense than the densest known element. Something like that.
I'm opening a load of rock types and seeing if it's any of those.
I think you remember saying it was like a really cute looking one as well.
Okay, it would be. It fucking would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Just our luck, the cute one is gonna fucking implode. Is it fucking... let's have a look. Okay,
but I remember it was very amusing to me because I was like, this little tiny Pokemon would have like its own gravitational field, and you'd set it on the Earth, and it would like zoom to the to the core of the Earth.
Okay, so it's not Snom, sadly. It's not Snom. Okay, so it's about 8 inches, you say, right?
Yeah, well, I don't remember. This was too long ago, and I didn't you didn't tell me what the Pokemon was. Okay, let's see the image you wanted to show on the stream. Oh, it was the feet.
Yeah, show the tail's feet.
The seat.
And then show the Nokia N. I mean Sonic N.
Oops. I did that wrong. Yeah. There's the feet.
Yeah,
Sonic N.
It's Sonic N. I sent you a screenshot of it, I think. Yeah,
it's too bad it's too bad I have to put things on the desktop first before I can show them on the stream.
Why is that too bad, honey?
Because it's a little bit harder that way. Chances these feet will give me nightmares.
No, that's like.
So why did you want me to show you? Why did you want me to show this one?
Because look at how much fucking screen space you have. It's a Sonic fucking game. You're running everywhere. Okay, so Cassie has a controversial opinion, right? I've talked to her at length about Sonic, and basically her opinion is Sonic doesn't work in 2D because everything I tell her about it in theory sounds good, but she can never see where she's fucking going. And I showed her this image. And that's her saying that about Mania of widescreen. So I show her this image, and her reaction was fucking gold. She couldn't. It was painful to look at this for her.
Okay, let's get moving on to Sonic 4 now.
Was it by chance the one that's like a foot tall and 12 kilograms?
Maybe.
Well, that one isn't even cute. I'll have to look into it later, I guess. I'm really sad that I can't...
It might have been, not even... The Pokemon might not have even turned out real. Could have just been leaked. Anyway, we will be right back in a couple minutes with Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2. I actually said it right for once.
Hey, Shan, quick thing, right, okay. Shan, if you want... I'm just going to tell you, because obviously Cassie had the same experience, where she tried to play a load of Sonic games, couldn't enjoy any of them because she couldn't see enough, got nervous and ran into things. I eventually hooked her up with the demo of a very promising fan game that's available for free at the minute, which is basically just the same principles, but in 3D, and she fucking loved it, because it was basically the same thing, except she wasn't fucking up all the time from stuff she couldn't see. I'm in a weird camp though, because I'm good enough at classic Sonic games that I can play a level decently well first time without knowing anything in advance, as long as it's in widescreen. But I'm just very good at reacting to them is the thing, and also I'm very good at I guess reading the level design in advance and getting in the designer's head.
All right.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
I'll be right back. Bis and I will be right back.